So, here's the thing, guys. What if you have a friend of whose political opinions you personally disagree with? What if you have a family member of whose political opinions you disagree with? Or even family members? Do you discuss it and try to find common grounds with your family? Do you agree to disagree because there's no use on convincing it? Or do you just call them Nazis? The new millennials' tactics is, of course, to call people Nazis for simply having different political alignments with them. This has recently happened with JonTron, with a lot of his fans calling him a Nazi for simply hanging out in a stream with Sargon of Akkad and talking about and discussing his personal political opinions. He got lots of flack in the last couple of years for also expressing his political opinions, but he still stood his ground. I'm a big fan of JonTron, and this is the kind of move that makes me love him even more. It just goes to show you that there are people out there with balls who wants to actually express their political opinions and grievances towards whatever is happening around the world. Last time we have Rob Dyke, and now we have JonTron. This has gone so big to the point where Scares reported the entire thing. But let's get back to the narcissistic entitled man-babies who reacted to the entire thing. The most hilarious part about all of this is the fact that there are people who genuinely want to take down JonTron by boycotting his videos. Here's Matt Myers basically saying that we should stop watching JonTron for simply having disagreements of opinions. And this guy even have the temerity to say that there are more people who agree with him than people who don't. Oh, wow, okay, nice projection there, Matt Myers. How's the stats going for him? Oh, look, it's actually going very well. It's almost like you're a fringe minority or something, and we're here just to laugh at you. Now, this not only goes so far as to JonTron's fans calling him a Nazi and attempt to unsubscribe to him and failed miserably. This actually goes even further. A couple of JonTron's friends have completely dismissed him for simply having a different political opinion, and therefore he's not his friend. Here's Peanut Butter Gamer, a very well-known YouTuber, just attacking JonTron's opinions without understanding the context of the information or what he's trying to say. Badass Papa Bless Ethan from H3H3 came in and asked him to just add JonTron if he has beefs with him. He added him, then Ethan asked on why the hell would you talk shit to his friend on Twitter if you disagree with him. Then he just responded simply by saying he's not his friend. Just wow. I mean, how much of a despicable human being that you have to be this? How miserable do your life have to be that you have to dismiss your friend for simply having a different political opinion to you? He hasn't done anything wrong other than speaking out his personal opinions. He hasn't punched anyone in the face or murdered someone to death. He's just speaking out his opinions. And that is somehow wrong. That is somehow immoral. Look, disagreements happen all the time. You can share your disagreements to people, that's fine. However, if you think that it is immoral to have disagreements of opinions, you should shut the hell up. Now let's ask the question, what in the name of God caused all of this nonsense to happen? Why would people have these sorts of opinions towards someone whose political opinions they simply disagreed with? Why would people call someone a racist or a bigot or a Nazi for simply having differences of opinions? Why does this keep on happening? Let's start off with the fact that these people cannot handle dissent. They cannot handle the fact that someone has a different opinion to them. Shock of all shock. These people are always on the authoritarian side of things. Differences of opinions are simply not tolerated. We have to be more collective. We have to think and only agree on one thing and one thing only. We have to be more like a cult. We have to praise one thing and condemn the other for simply being different. This all stems from the fact that these people are constantly coddled throughout their lifetime, and there's never been a point in which they have to handle something as terrifying as differences of opinions. There's not a point in which opinions or disagreements or political dissent happens to these people. When someone have political disagreements to them, their brains just suddenly malfunction or something, and they throw the biggest temper tantrum that you can ever think of.
Oh, no. Oh, we should film it.
You're fucking a white male!
It is not about creating an intellectual space! It is not! Do you understand that? It's about creating a home here!
We will introduce for the first time ever anywhere the 45th President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump.
That never gets old. So of course they're gonna call JonTron a Nazi. They can't handle him having a different opinion because, you know, it's all for the collective good. And by collective, they mean their own and not everybody else. It's not for the good of JonTron's fans. It's all for them. It's all them. These people do not care about your free will. These people do not care about your agency or your freedom or your thought. They want to control you. They want to police you on what's the right thing and what's not the right thing. They want to shove in their own personal morals to you. And for what? All of this nonsense. For what? What is the gain of calling someone a Nazi for having differences of opinions? What will these people gain from it? What is the productive, constructive measure on doing all of these things? Well, it's a defense mechanism, or at least it's one of the many defense mechanisms against someone of whose opinions you personally disagree with. I mean, seriously, this is one of the many challenges that you'll face in life. People will have different tastes, different opinions, different strokes for different folks, but that doesn't mean that they're evil. If that's genuinely what you think, then what's stopping you from shooting everybody on sight? Are you seriously going to deny the agency, free will, freedom of expression, freedom of thought, independent thinking, dissent, and individualism? We human beings, by nature, are individuals with different minds, different ways of thinking, different viewpoints. Hell, we even have different names. Shocking. Are you going to deny those differences and call people Nazis just because they disagree with you? Of course you are, because you're a collective. You don't think of the individuals. You never thought of them for a second. You only think about yourself. You want more and more people to be like you, and only you. Because you cannot handle people having differences of opinions. You want people to be collectively like you, because you cannot handle people that are different than you. Again, guys, this is nothing but a defense mechanism. This is the best thing that these people can offer when someone have different opinions appear right in their faces. This is their best reaction. This is the best thing that they can offer to them. Well, is it the best defense mechanism? Is it the best reaction to have? No. Is it the most productive defense mechanism? No. Is it the most challenging defense mechanism? No. Is it the most fun defense mechanism? No. But it is certainly the easiest one. You can try to be reasonable and open-minded and try to understand John's perspective, but that is way too hard. You can actually engage with him in a discussion and debate the opinions that you personally disagree with him, but nah, that's way too hard. Calling him a Nazi is a lot easier. And since people in 2017 are justifying the punching of Nazis, it's okay, guys. These people of whose opinions I personally disagree with can be beaten up to pieces and get absolutely wrecked. Don't worry, it's okay. They're Nazis. They disagree with our opinions, therefore they're a Nazi. And therefore, it's okay to punch them. Oh, and I love the one by Ashley Lynch. Someone used exactly word for word the thing that she said. Except instead of Richard Spencer, it's replaced by her name. This is obviously just to highlight how ridiculous her last tweet was, except this time the irony lost way above her head and she just called the police to contact the guy for being a Nazi sympathizer, even though the guy was only using her tweet as an argument against her and not actually threatening her. Oh my god, you moron. Just, wow. Since Donald Trump is the president and it has lost everybody's mind, 2017 is going to be a year where violence and murder is gonna come from these people. I mean, they're calling everybody they disagree with a Nazi, and they're justifying violence against Nazis, which means that they're justifying violence against people that they disagree with. That sort of logic should worry you in this time of the year. So, can I ask you guys, is this the best reaction that you have when dealing with someone that have different opinions than you? What will you do when something like that happens? Is this really the best tactic? Is discussing something a lost art now? Is debating people something that nobody wants to do in this time of the year? Just goes to show you that people at these days just absolutely incompetent. So, I'm gonna end it with this. If this is really your best tactic, if this is really the best thing that you can do when handling someone with different opinions to you, just grow the hell up and deal with it. That's a simple life advice for you to take, isn't it? That's all for the video today. If you like this, you can go ahead and click the like button and subscribe for more. If you wish, you can support me on Patreon. And thanks for watching.